Minnesota Vikings are kicking off joint practices Wednesday and Thursday right in the morning against the San Francisco 49ers ahead of their preseason game Saturday night at historic US Bank Stadium, the only preseason game at home for the Vikings this season. Here are 5 things to expect from Vikings-Niners joint practices and lowered expectations. That's right. Starting up at the top. Number 1, warm welcome for Trey Lance, the pride of Marshall, Minnesota. I absolutely love this kid. I wanted him in the draft. Now, I didn't think that the Niners were going to move all the way up to 3 and take him last year, but they turned the keys over to him. They're going to get rid of Jimmy G, whatever. Although Jimmy G was actually traded weeks ago, except he just hasn't replied to texts because he just ghosts people after getting lots of money. Anyway, but yeah, Trey Lance, the pride of Marshall, Minnesota, who was not offered by the Gophers. Whatever. Fantastic career with the NSU Bison. Well, just 1 year and 1 game. Whatever. But he's ready to take over, and it is great to see that a Minnesota kid done good, starting quarterback in the National Football League. I think that he's going to be good. I think that he's got the traits, and I think that he's going to have a lot of fans here in the great state of Minnesota. Next up, expectation number 2, a lot of pent-up aggression. Now, at training camp, you do see fights intra-team, right? When the team is just having their normal training camp practice, sometimes they get after it. Like with the Giants, sometimes position coaches get involved. It's kind of funny, man. But after one preseason game, guys know that they're fighting for jobs, whether that's on the active roster, whether it's on the practice squad, because, a practice squad paycheck is nice, but it's better, a 53-man roster paycheck that's fully guaranteed if you're on the 53 week 1 of the start of the season, right? So guys are literally out there fighting for that paycheck, fighting for generational changing money, potentially. So, yeah, like they're going to give it everything that they got. Plus, even though the weather's cooling off, it's still hot, it's still competitive. And once you add in a different variable of another team coming in, so a lot of guys that you don't know, they're talking junk. It's competitive. They're also fighting for a bag on the Niners, too. It's going to get a little bit chippy. And you see this around the league with various joint practices where it's by a couple factors, it's more likely that you're going to have a little bit of fisticuffs going on as opposed to when it's inside your team, which it still happens from time to time. So, yeah, keep it out for that. Let's get it on. Next up, number 3, expectation for Vikings-Niners joint practices. It's going to be a very good test for the edge rushers because the Niners do have a very damn good offensive tackle pairing in Trent Williams, who's probably the best left tackle. Not even probably. He is the best left tackle in the game. He's one of the best left tackles in NFL history. Oh, also, Trent Williams, Christian Darrisaw in a photo together because, Christian Darrisaw is the next Trent Williams, according to the Viking staff. Love it, man. Also, Michael McGlinchey, the former Notre Dame fighting Irishman, like he is no slouch either. So it's going to be a good test for the edge rushers, Daniil Za'Darius, DJ Wanham, Patrick Jones II, Zach McLeod, etc. Just getting after it in one-on-one spots and 11-on-11s, and especially since it's possible that Daniil and Za'Darius don't even play in preseason at all. Just getting those reps against a legend like Trent, against a very good tackle like McGlinchey, is going to be very valuable. Next up, expectation number 4 from Vikings-Niners joint practices. Fun 11-on-11. Now, part of this is Kevin O'Connell coming from the Sean McVay scheme. Of course, San Francisco in the NFC West. Kyle Shanahan, very familiar with Sean McVay, very familiar with Kevin O'Connell. So it is going to be a bit of a cat and mouse game in 11-on-11. And even though Kyle Shanahan obviously doesn't call the defense, like he is familiar enough with what Kevin O'Connell's potentially going to bring to the offense that he can instruct his defense coordinators like, hey, look out for this, that, and the other thing. So it's really fun. And this is probably my favorite part about joint practices is that you're actually practicing against another team. So instead of just your first team defense against your first team offense, second team offense, whatever, you're going ones against ones against another NFL team. And so it's a different scheme, different personnel, different philosophy, and you're adjusting to that. And it's going to be just fantastic, man. Like if you're planning to go to training camp, definitely these joint practices is going to be worth it, man. Just get after it. Lastly, expectation number 5 for Vikings-Niners joint practice. Receiver litmus test. Now, the Niners have a very good starting secondary. They got 2 great safeties in Talanoa Hufanga coming out of USC. Loved him in the draft last year. I wanted him. I needed him, but it's okay. I'll settle for Cam Beasley. I mean, that's fine. And then you got Jimmy Ward, who's Jimmy freaking Ward, one of the best young safeties in the game. And then you got a really nice outside corner duo of Travaris Ward coming over from the Chiefs, as well as Emmanuel Mosley is really rising up and becoming a really nice cornerback in his own right. And then they got the rookie Womack in the slot. So it is going to be a really good test for Jefferson, for Thielen, for KJ, for ISM, for all the other wide receivers in both one-on-ones as well as in 11-on-11s, because the Vikings receivers respect. They've looked really good, and a lot of that is on them, but part of it is Kevin O'Connell scheming them open. Now, as the Niners counter scheme to try and close off some of those routes and try and take away from the receivers running free, which they did quite a bit in the Raiders game, respect. So it just goes into the cat and mouse thing, and you're actually seeing strategy going on and adjustments, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Vikings-Niners joint practices start 10 a.m. today, Wednesday, and then also run 10 a.m. on Thursday ahead of the Saturday 6 p.m. preseason game at historic US Bank Stadium. But that's it. 5 things to expect. Vikings-Niners joint practices next 2 days. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.